Hello and welcome to the Best Today podcast. I am your host, Shantae Grant. And if you did not catch last week's episode 122, I want to invite you to take a tap back and listen to that one. It is all about yours truly, the woman behind the microphone. I share a little bit more about myself. So if you haven't listened to the episode, I greatly appreciate it if you go back and give it a listen. Today, we're going to talk about the twofold mission at Best Today. This is part of our shorter episodes in the month of July. We are participating in our second annual social free month where we all log off of social media for the month of July, and it is not too late to join us. You can go to besttoday.co/reset to get started with us. And we're giving you the whole month of July free in the Best Today community to join us. So you'll have a place to share how the month is going, ask questions, share challenges as we experience what life would be like for 31 days if we just logged off of social media. Now, of course, there's more to it than that. There's episodes you can tap back to listen to all about the details of our social media reset each July. But I wanted to share that with you. Now, let's talk about today's episode. Today, I really want to talk to you about the twofold mission of Best Today. You know, Best Today turned 3 years old in March of 2023. And really kind of quickly, we didn't even pause to celebrate. There's a lot going on this March, particularly for me. And I look back at where we started. You know, I thought I was starting a company with one product, right? The Best Today guide, that was going to be it. We're going to ride that thing into the sunset. And clearly far more has happened over the last 3 years, but so has our mission. It has evolved as we look at what the impact that we've had in the lives of thousands of people all over the world. We have customers currently in all 50 states and over, I forget how many countries now, over 35 countries and counting. And so we continue to update our mission as we look at our impact. And what you see is that it's not changing because it's the same as it was from day one. However, what it is doing is evolving. Evolving is growing from what started. Changing is going from, round to triangular, and it's instead just growing onto what was already there. So first, let's talk about what our mission statement is. I'm going to link to it in the show notes if you'd like to take a look at it. But our mission is twofold. First, we empower women. And yes, we have men in our audience too. We empower women to overcome overwhelm, burnout, and the overall busyness in their everyday by teaching them how to optimize their time through proaction and intentionality. Second, and we're going to come back to the first one, but first I want to give you both. Second, we provide tools that help you uncover and discover who you are and what you want so that you can overcome the distractions of this world and live a life of joy, health, and intention. Let's go back to number one. Empowering, right? How do you empower someone? Well, usually you have to give them knowledge, information. That's really empowering, right? And that's what we do. That's what I'm doing right now as I'm talking to you through this microphone. And that's why I show up here every single Monday on this podcast to give you information, to empower you. Because what do I need you to have power to do? To overcome some things that are challenging pretty much every person on the planet in some form or fashion, right? At some point in time. And those things in particularly look like a lot of overwhelm. Oh, it's just so much going on. I'm just so, I call it the O word by this or that and the time or the things I have to do or the season of life or expectations or whatever that looks like, right? Burnout from dealing with all of the things and really the overall busyness, this sense of I have to keep going and doing and be and here and there and do this and do that. And now it's important to do this and it's fancy if you do that. I got to be on this thing. I got to sit on this board. I've got to volunteer over here. I've got to do all these things, which a lot of times dishonors the season you're in, which is going to get to our second part, right? So I have to teach you how to overcome that, how to remove that from your life as opposed to figure out how do I exist within the chaos, which is what a lot of people are getting from a lot of other tools that are out there, right, in the marketplace. I want to organize my chaos and I want to rid you of it. I want to free you of it. I want to give you the power to learn how to overcome that. So now when you overcome something, right, it's not I'm still with it. It's I'm no longer there. Because think of it like it's a bridge. You jump over the bridge or I don't know. What would you jump over? I don't know. a hole in the road, right? You jump over it and you keep moving. You have overcome that thing. You're no longer there with the hole, or you're not in the hole. You're not around the hole. You've moved on. Okay. And I do that by teaching you how to optimize your time. Why do I start with time? Because that's what we live our lives in, right? Life is lived within this capsule of time. And so if I want to help you change your life, one of the first things that I can do with my skill set, right, is to help you with your time, because you're living your life in time. And a lot of times what you say is, I don't have time to. So I want to start right there. And how do we do that? By teaching you two in particular important skills: proaction, meaning being prepared ahead of time, and intentionality, like living on purpose. Like there's actually intention in what I'm doing. I'm not flying by the seat of my pants. I'm not riding the wave, living by default, just getting up and going, shooting it, going by the, what is it called? Shooting it at the hip, or, there was something else that came to mind, escaped me. But all those sayings, right? Like I'm just going to get up and just go with the wind, like see where the day takes me. We're not doing that, right? At least not as a principle for our daily lives, in the whole scheme of things. So that's the first thing. I have to empower you with information. One, to make you aware that you are in this cycle of busyness. And then I'm really talking to those who have a desire to get out of it. There's some people who don't, and then I'm not talking to you. If you desire to stay in this trap of busyness and whirlwind, then I'm not for you. But if you're trying to figure out how in the world do I get off this busy wheel, that's who I'm talking to, right? So that's why that's the first part of what we do at Best Today. We have to make you aware, and then we have to give you information, because knowledge is what is going to empower you. But not only knowledge, right? Because people know a lot of things, but still do things that make absolutely no sense, right? We know that certain things you do increase your likelihood of some kind of consequence, but people do them as if it didn't exist. So knowledge is not solely power. Knowledge is knowledge. And then not only do I give you the information, but then I give you the tools to overcome them, and also the tools to unlearn a lot of the things that cause you to continue on even though you have the knowledge. If that didn't make sense, tap me back, listen to it one more time, okay? So empowering you looks like giving you information. Second, and I'm going to go back and talk about how we fulfill that mission. But the second part of that is, okay, so now let's say I've helped you with, I've learned how to proactively plan my quarters, my months, my weeks, my days. My time is actually now starting to better reflect what matters. I've learned how to prune. This is great. At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today.
Hey, it's Audrey, and I just want to say how much I love the Best Today community. We just finished a book club there, and Shantae picked the most thoughtful and intentional book that really matches the Best Today principles. Everyone on there is so encouraging and supportive, including Shantae. She really makes herself a member of the community. She personally celebrates with you and personally answers all of your questions. If you're on the fence about joining and you want to take your life of intentionality and proactivity to the next level, please consider joining the Best Today community. Thank you, Shantae, for all of the amazing products. They really work together, but the community really takes it over the top. Thanks.
Thank you, Audrey, for sharing that. Did you know that we have an app and online community that is a safe space filled with accountability, live calls, co-working hours, a meeting at the top of every month that we call Focus First, where we come and talk about how we are focusing for the upcoming month, what we're focusing on. We share what has worked in the previous month. We have routine Taco Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of every month, or is it the second Tuesday? Get in the community, you'll find all that out. I just go where my team tells me to go. But we have Taco Tuesday, where I come in and answer any of your questions about routine, and that comes from Right Now Routine, the program. Any questions you have about any tacos you're trying to build, that is the method I teach you for creating routine. It's just a fantastic safe space where people are able to come in and share while you're on this journey of living a life of intention. And so if you're not in the community, you can go to besttodaycommunity.com right now, or go to besttoday.co to learn more and to sign up to join. That's besttodaycommunity.com, which will also link in today's show notes. Your first 3 days are free, so you can kind of get a feel around. And remember, with every purchase of the Best Today guide, the starter bundle, and the online program bundle, you get your first month free in the Best Today community. So what are you waiting for? Come join us inside the Best Today community, a safe space for women to come together who are committed to living a life of intention. Thank you so much for sharing, Audrey. Here comes the second part. Now I'm going to provide you with tools to help you uncover and discover who you are and what you want. And we're going to talk about the importance of your season of life. Those are kind of the three things I always harp on. Why, Shantae? Because that then becomes the foundation for what your time looks like, right? Our time ideally is a mirror of what matters to us. It's a mirror of, it reflects who we are and what we want. Even if what I'm doing, I haven't gotten to the thing I want, but the thing I'm doing is going to get me to the next step, to get me to the thing that I want, right? And then the way I'm living my life in my time is also an accurate reflection of the season that I'm in, because our season also becomes another capsule of our lives, right? And I learn how to do that so I can overcome, there's that word overcome again, right? Leave behind those distractions that want me to forget who I am and what I want in my season, right? And I understand that when I can overcome those distractions that make me forget or don't even give me the space to decide who I am and what I want, whoa, here comes a life of joy, of health, and intention. It's not cookie cutter. It doesn't look like Susan and Sarah and Jennifer and Emily's and Whitney's life, but it looks fully like mine. Wow. I can live a life that's full of joy, health, and intention, and so can my neighbor and her neighbor and their neighbor, and they all look differently. Ooh, right? So helping you to live well is at the heart of everything we do at Best Today. I talked about that a little bit in last week's episode. So how do we fulfill that mission, that twofold mission of empowering you and then giving you tools to help you uncover who you are, what you want? So the empowering you on the first end is helping you with like really getting over the time issue. Like, oh my goodness, I'm on this busy wheel. But getting you off of that isn't enough. It could be enough if we were a company that just says, we want to help you with your time. Okay, great. That's not this company. There are enough of those already that existed. I had to create something that didn't exist. Then what I also want to do is help you to understand that it's not enough to just be good with your time or great with your time. Because actually, I don't think you can be great with your time unless it is a reflection of who you are, what you want, and honors the season you're in. Otherwise, you're just a well-oiled machine working still within the world system of keep going, keep moving, keep doing. You've just learned how to do that in a way that's kind of orderly. I want it to connect to who you are and what you want so that you can live a life on purpose, right? And realize a lot of people realize when we talk about these things that they don't have a clue of what those things are, so that you can start figuring that out. And that's the tools that I'm giving you, whether it's on the podcast, whether it's in a product, whether it's in a journal, whether it's in a conference. A lot of time our live events are always going to be digging into those things. So make sure you're coming to our conference this December 8th and 9th. Go on and get your tickets as soon as they go live in August. But that's what we do. And so that's getting into the how we fulfill our mission. The first is content. This podcast, weekly podcast every Monday, here giving you encouragement and guidance every Monday morning. This is what, episode 123, 123, which means you have 122 other episodes before this to really help you and empower you to live a life of intention, allow you to center your humanity, make time your ally instead of your enemy. You're going to find an episode on something that you need right now. You can, and I will link in the show notes where you can find all of our episodes categorized. So if you want to click on a category or just scroll through and see what we have to offer you. The second thing is through our community. We have an online community and app, the Best Today community. It gives our customers a safe space to ask questions, to share what's working, to commune together. We have weekly calls, co-working hours, live workshops, top of the month calls with me, and daily support. Very easy to access. Number 3 is our products, right? Our products help right where you are. They're not meant for you to start using when you quote unquote get yourself together. That makes no sense. That's like, I'm going to start taking my medicine when I feel better. Right? If you're new to proactively planning your weeks, your days, your months, I teach you how to do that. And I give you products to get started where you are, right? From step one all the way to the person who's like AP level. We got a product for you, right? I help you with routine and planning, executing on your goals and projects. I give you the things like the Anytime Today journal that gives you a simple and effective way to check in with yourself as often as you need. But our products, right? They are there to help fulfill our mission, to help you right where you are. And our products help you with daily, weekly, monthly planning, our online programs like Clean One Room, Right Now Routine, Plans Be Done. All of those things, those are a part of fulfilling our mission. That's part 3. And part 4 is the corporate training that I do, where I want to not only transform how you live, but how you work, because I believe that you will find both of those flow better when they're both functioning well. I lead a high impact teams training for teams. I love working with mission driven organizations and leaders to really unite your teams through effectively engaging and executing their work without burnout or poor time management. So those are the 4 ways that we fulfill our mission: through our content, this podcast, the community, our products, and our corporate training. And I want to make sure you're aware of that and why we do what we do and how we do what we do at Best Today. If you have questions, let me know. If there's something you think, man, when are y'all going to do X, Y, or Z, let me know. And I will say it's not part of the products is really our offering. So that's physical, digital, and experiential. Experiential looks like the conference that we have. We've done live workshops this year, and probably every year going forward, we're going to have the Best Today conference, which there will be an episode coming up soon about all the details. I am so excited for this conference. The theme for the 2 days, chef's kiss. Day 1 and day 2 have different themes, but they work together. And I'm really looking forward to just giving a space. There's something about being together in the same space and taking 2 days to actually live out what we do here. That is unlike anything else. So that's how we fulfill our mission. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, where I share more about Best Today and how we do what we do and really why we do what we do, because that's really important for me to make sure that you are aware of. So thank you again, as always, for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. And until next time, remember that you are capable and worthy of being your best one today at a time. And you have everything you need to have everything you want. So go on and shout it out as you live it out. This is what my best today looks like. I will see you or talk to you on the next episode, but maybe I'll see you at our conference in December if you're listening to this in real time. And if you haven't, go back and listen to 122. I'd love for you to give it a listen and let me know what you think. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want, identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. See inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.